Dag Witzek indeed. Happy freaking fabulous Friday, everybody. Vlaamse Vrijdag back in the house. Let me just tune my setup here. Lift the whole thing. That's too high. How's everyone doing? The chat's already going off and we haven't even started yet. I guess we have started yet. But what an absolute pleasure it is to be back. Took some time off last Friday. And you know what? I think that's good because I didn't have a lot to show at the time. Since last Friday, we've had some incredible weather. And with that incredible weather, I shot an incredible amount of photos, incredible amount of data. How do you say? Data? And that's what the majority of today is going to be about, with some surprises and a world premiere on the stream. I'll be premiering my London Storm time-lapse film, which is going live next week on Tuesday. So if you're here, you're very privileged to watch this because it's very spectacular. Channel members, people in the chat with a badge next to their name, already have access to the film, as do all the patrons. But yeah, I'm very excited to show it today for the people in the stream as a little thank you. We're also doing a giveaway. I'm not saying just yet what we're giving away. I've got another surprise reveal planned, but mostly, yeah, let me just keep that there. But mostly, I will be showing you some incredible clouds and weather systems. And you know what? We're also going to be cracking a beer, which I've already done from my home country. It is Flemish Friday still. I've got another couple of Belgian beers up for drinks, up for grabs. I'm already hot, I'm already sweating, but it's good. I'm wearing my favorite Time Warper shirt. More about merch later, but for now, I just want to say welcome. If this is the first time you're tuning into a Time Warp stream, it's going to be fun. There's lots of fun people in the chat. We have Sydney, Australia, Cambridge, UK, that's close by. We got Utah. Greetings and hallucinations from Utah. Let me go up the list. We got Wagga Wagga, New South Wales, Australia. We've got India. We've got Vlaams Brabant, Belgium. We have Sydney, I already said that. Missouri, United States, Washington, D.C. India again. Curious Harsh won the giveaway last time. Happy Friday. That's not a country. That's just a saying. We've got Nui. Kuwait's back in the house. Ukraine's here as well. Prinvan Da from Anglesey. Tom Last, I haven't replied to your email yet, but I will get to it. Actually, I didn't put it on my to-do list, and my brain is like that. If I don't put it on my to-do list, it disappears. So possibly send me a gentle reminder. Actually, no, I'll put it on the to-do list right now. Reply Tom Last. Good, that's on the list. Now, what are we getting started with? We're getting started with a cheers to the weekend, as we should always, because we're still in a pandemic globally, and it's just nice to, I guess, be on the doorstep of the weekend. So cheers to that. That's a lot of bubbles in there. Lago Maggiore in the house. Buonasera, how nice. Lago Maggiore is my second home, third home, fourth home. I've been there over 30 times. It's where I grew up in the summer, which is why I understand most of Italian language, the Italian language. Anyways, who's ready for some storms? I'm assuming I'm sounding good. I'm looking good. Let me just check the data. It's all looking good here. I've messed up something in the back end, but that's all right. We'll just have to learn how to live with that. Ekeren City, Belgium. The man you're listening to right now, the man you're looking at, I was born in Ekeren, literally. Ekeren, Antwerpen. That's not my hometown because I didn't grow up there, but that's where I was born. So cheers to Ekeren. And we have a message retracted in the chat as well, which I didn't even know you could do. What are we doing here? Let's talk time-lapse, shall we? Let me open up my files. As per usual, I don't know how long we're going to be streaming for, but we'll see how we go, shall we? It's so nice seeing all the familiar faces and names. Portugal in the house as well. So many countries. That's at least 10 countries, right? Global streamer. Fantastic. So let's just begin. Let's go here. Context. Because I know I'll get the question, how did you shoot these? These are all shot on GoPro. All shot on GoPro Hero 9 in 90-lapse mode with a 4 or a 5 second interval depending on the shot. ISO min 100, ISO max 100, auto white balance, GoPro color, medium sharpness. I've got a video about it on my channel that bombed, but that's fine. If you want to know how I shoot time lapses on my GoPro, you can go check out the channel in the tutorial list. Anywho's, who's ready to look at some fantastic time lapses? I've got a schedule today. I'm getting better at organizing. So I've actually got timing. So it's 4 now. At 4:30 or maybe a bit after, we might do a little world premiere, which I'm very excited about and I hope it works well. But yeah, for now, let's just look at some clouds. I haven't seen any of this footage. I mean, I was looking at most of it and I shot a lot of these storms that we'll see coming through. I shot them on my bigger cameras as well, and then I edited them using my upcoming time-lapse photo preset and LUT pack, which is something I've been working hard on. I've hinted at it for months, but I finally made the video tutorials and stuff today. It's going to be fantastic value. I'm excited about it. Anyways, enough chatter. Let's look at some clouds. Oh. Wow. Okay, so we're starting off straight away with some what appear to be lenticular clouds in the distance and behind my head. I actually think Henry Young, who's usually in the chat as well, messaged me when these clouds were out. They're like, hey, I think there's lenticular clouds on the horizon. And it's like, you can see them from your place. So just go back to the start. You see these line ones? They appear like lenticular clouds indeed. And then we have some nice little rolly clouds. Hey, Brendan. Just, yeah, good conditions straight away. Straight out the gate. A good shot. And then we have this nice little weather system coming in. Bit of stuff blocking the view. Pretty great performance by the GoPro, as per usual. Very little flickering. And if there is any flickering, it's pretty easy to get rid of that. So that's good. I don't know if we're going to go through all these clips because I shot a lot, pretty much like maybe a whole week straight with a 5 second interval. So someone can do the math for me on that. How much time in video is that at 25 frames per second? 7 days straight of time-lapsing with a 5 second interval. Well, I can do that right now, actually. What's that? 7 days times 24 times 24 times, was it 3,600 in an hour divided by 5? Someone do that for me. That's how many seconds of footage we'll have, right? I'm bad at maths. You know what I'm good at? Time lapse. Here's an interesting bit, like that is blown out at the bottom because it's such a dark sky. But look at those colors already. Fabulous. Oh, nice little mid-height. Oh, this is all going too fast. I wish it was going slower. I think I was shooting on a fast interval, or the wind was high and the clouds were just going off. But look at this little middle stack of cloud here. 120,950. Tom. That's thanks, right? So in seconds, what is that in minutes? This little cloud just like billowing. Remember that chat last time? It's not really a chat because it's just me talking to myself with the chat coming in like 20 seconds later. Anyways, good performance here. A little nudge on the GoPro. I probably just checked the battery cable. Interesting, when even though you're charging the GoPro at full tilt, it actually depletes the battery down to 1%, which is not great. Jesse Kaufman in the house. Hello. Will we see more meteors? Got some night footage as well. I just let the GoPro run like forever. It's been pissing down rain as well. There's more planes in the sky. That looks like a helicopter. What the? That's interesting. Yeah, I've been noticing many more planes moving around because the regulations are getting less strict, more open. What do you call it? There's more travel happening, and I've been having to for London Storm. If you saw my Instagram stories, I spent quite a while painting out little planes and birds, freaking birds. Still don't even know if birds are real. Or are they CIA operatives? Is that heli again? Bottom right. You seeing it? Oh, are they searching maybe? Is that a police heli that's searching? Somebody check the news. Check the news feed. Was there a helicopter chase or search happening? on the what? 11th of May. Who knows? So 36 hours worth of footage? Oh, then I must have messed up my calculations. Because there's no way we're going through 36 hours of footage today. But thanks for doing that. Well, when can we expect an amazing Astro time-lapse? Real asks in the chat. I'm so sad that I haven't shot any Astro this year. Let's talk about that briefly. Astro season's in full swing. I'm hoping to maybe... I'd love to go to Wales, where I've never been. And there's a dark sky preserve there. That the name is it Brecon Beacons Park, whatever. Alan Wallace shoots there a lot, and I'd just love to go to that area and shoot some Astro and embrace the cold and the darkness. I think that would be really fun because yeah, it's rare for me to not shoot Astro. Obviously, it's hard in London. We shot Neowise last year, which was cool. But yeah, no Astro, no Milky Way, no new content. I'm just recycling, rehashing old stuff pretty much. Anyways, next clip. How bloody good is this? Just talking about clouds with my birds on the internet, sinking beers. It's good that this isn't too interesting, so that we're going to have a nice climactic event when the storms hit. We had two days of just ridiculousness. Bit of rain hitting the lens, and then that dries up easily. Probably because of the wind, the moisture on the lens just evaporates. But it can make some really cool lens distortions. God, chat's going off. Freaking love it. What's the blue light on the clouds? I don't know. Light pollution from, I don't know. Just light pollution things. Birds are CGI. See, that's what I've been thinking. But then who's getting to my files before I edit them, you know? Is it the CIA that's like putting the birds in our vision? It's very advanced technologies. If you're not following with the "are birds real" joke, that's fine. The point is to just not follow it at all. But I get so many replies on my Instagram story every time I'm like, "Are birds real?" People are like, "Nah, mate. They're a scheme. They're a CIA operation." I think there's a whole subreddit dedicated to that. Speaking of subreddits, the Time-lapse subreddit is now moderated by myself and Henry Young, who's in the chat as well. Snowdonia, yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Dark skies, yeah. For extended time-lapses on GoPro, do I ever fill up the card? I would fill up the card. Good question, Ken, and good to see you as well. I would fill up the card if I was shooting photos. We're getting at sunrise now, which is nice. It was interesting to see how cameras perform and what happens to the colors and the light hitting clouds, high clouds, low clouds. Not much happening there. A lot of clouds disappearing. But yeah, this is this is shot in time-lapse video mode, so it's only shooting video frames, not raw photos, not JPEGs, just heavily compressed still video. And color hitting those clouds in the distance now. No colors, no light, no colors in frame on the peak. I think some there we go. Whoa, is it? Yeah, it's behind my head, you can't see it, but the sun is glistening off some buildings to the left. Oh, speaking of buildings, nah, I won't go into that. I mean, yeah, some of you know that our building is covered in cladding, and I just want to get the sad news out of the way. We might have to move from this place, which I was going to say you don't even know how sad that makes me, but I think you do know how sad that makes me if you know me, even if you half know me. It's the most upsetting thing that's happened to me in a while, is to potentially have to leave this place. There's a high chance that we're going to leave in a few months. But I want to have a positive and a fun stream, so we're not going to talk about that today. Some nice low clouds, some higher clouds, they're appearing, disappearing. Better view, it's hard to find a better view here. Trust me, we've been looking on all the apps, on all the websites. Some interesting cloud movement. It's all going a bit fast for me. I wish these clouds were slower. I think we've just had high winds, fast winds. And remember last stream, we could like see so much more detail in the clouds. Now they're like in the frame and whoop, they're out the frame. Also, the direction is different, of course. But this is nice. That was a nice little collection of cloud. Cloud gang, Pete Jobson in the chat. Mr. Vaccinated. How you going, mate? How's the head? How's the old age? Thinking of going to Mount Cook, New Zealand to do some astro in March. Terry, please do that. Please do that. And when you're there and you're looking at the Milky Way, think of me for a minute. Take a photo from me. Take it all in. And realize how much I would love to be there as well. We're seeing some nice structures now, but it's blocked by this cloud here. But we're seeing some nice billowing. I need to make billowing merch. Speaking of merch, surprise about that later on. But yeah, billowing clouds. My favorite word, billowing. My favorite cloud, billowing. Just stunning. Bit choppy playback. I don't know. No, there's no delay on the OBS, so that's good. Ooh, look at that here on the left. Just billowing out of my head. Just billows all over the place. This was cute. That's a cute one. Let's go back. Ooh, oh no. I was like, can I scroll through it with my mouse? But I just messed up. I just went all the way to the beginning. Where was it? What did I see? Yeah, this one. This little cluster. Yeah, it's right behind my head. Cool. Move my head. Ah! Maybe I'll keep my face up top left. What do you think? Top left or bottom left? Does it make more sense to have me top left? Anyways, I wanted to point out this cloud here, which just disappears. Just goes off. Floop. And gone. And then if you reverse that, it apparates. How cool. Atmospheric science. Just lovely, lovely clouds. I realized that the last big sessions that I shot on the GoPro, I feel like I underexposed it by 1/3 of a stop or maybe half a stop, depending on the settings, because we're losing a lot of detail in these clouds. This is my fault. I'm not perfect. No one is. But like there would be more detail in this cloud here, I feel like. And we're not seeing that now. We're seeing all the gray stuff, but I feel like it's slightly blown out because, you know, they're pretty bright, reflective surfaces, these clouds. So much in the chat. Oh my God. We're going to hit a point where I just can't keep up with it. And I'm going to have to get moderators. If you want to moderate the live stream chat, so let me know. You get the honorary title of Time Warp Moderator. Bit of weather moving in, seems like. More covered. See, I don't like my face being in the top left because it's blocking like 1/8 of it or 1/10 of the view. So, going down. Live comedy on YouTube. That's why I get so many subscribers. Maybe I should make myself smaller. Anyways, some nice turbulence. And speaking of turbulence, we're going to see a whole lot of turbulence later. Some stupid turbulence, really. As we're watching this, and I'm seeing it. There's a nice little system here at the bottom. I also feel like I should have a better indicator. Like, can you guys actually like see when I'm pointing at something? Do you see that? Or I guess if I shake it hard, the indicator. What do you call that? Mouse? The pointer? In Belgium, we call that a mouse. Mouse? Yeah, in English you do as well. Fascinating. Yeah, if you shake it hard on macOS, it goes bigger. It's apparently, if you have multiple displays, that's why it does that, so you find it more easily. But yeah, can you see it when I'm pointing at things? Was my question, but now I'll just have to point more intensely. Ooh, do I prefer shooting from a lower ground or from a high ground? High ground's nice because you get more clouds, and I freaking love clouds. In case you didn't know. Ooh, cheeky bird. Yeah, a little high ground. Doesn't have to be super high ground. It's nice to still be able to silhouette things. But low ground, we'd be missing out on stuff. Like if you're low ground here, there's just trees blocking your view. And here I can shoot 10 millimeters wide and see everything, which is fantastic. Yeah, we see some more weather coming in and these nice billowy boys. Don't say they're displacing you versus you choosing to leave. That'll be a logistical nightmare shuffling people around 1 tower block at a time. Yeah, the logistics of it. Yeah, look, I don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it some other time. But I don't want to freaking leave, obviously. You say the kind of things, head is good, old age is graceful. That's beautiful. Old age is graceful. A bit of rain coming in here. See that? Shake that mouse. Whole table shakes. Bit of rain. Look at that. Little dumpage of rain. Let's rewind that. And here we see like more intense clouds building and systems building here. and some billowy structures. And I feel like this is maybe where it all began. G'day, Scotty P. Mid-left, happy medium. Nah, I don't want to take up the sky. What I need, maybe I'll do this next stream. I'll premiere. I was thinking about it today. I was like, oh, I don't have time for it. I want to get a green screen. We'll miss the pretty cloud backdrop, my little 8-pound LED light, and the pink, which I love, and the blue, which is shining on the mic here. But if I'm green screened, then it's just my face, and I can make my face as big as I want, and I can just be in a cloud. We can add maybe some motion tracking, some movement. Let's do that for next stream. I'll order a little green screen, but I need it to be... I want to set it up easily, so I don't have to like install 2 tripods and the clamps and the thing and shitty stuff. I think Elgato, who make the stream decks, they have like a pop-up thing that you just roll out, and it rolls back in, and then you just pop it in the closet. I think I might get that, but it's probably expensive. So join the button, click the join button to get your badge and fund the stream, and I'll also buy beers from that money. Back to you, Cloud. Rewind that, Ren, because I want to see it. Top left, vaccinated today. Curious Harsh, congrats. Claps in the chat. Who's got vaccines? Who's vaccinated? I'm not vaccinated, but it's getting close. I can feel it in my bones. The 34-year-olds are up. I'm 31. So, yeah, very close with that. Some really beautiful clouds in the distance. I wish I shot this on a long lens behind these buildings because they're freaking fantastic. Wow. Oh, look at this system here. Oh, behind my face now. It's all happening behind my face. Not good. Just here, billowing out. A couple of rays. Some rain in the atmosphere, maybe. And then here we have more sick weather just moving across. What's up, Matt? Hello, chat. Little one crook. How are you? I'm sad, but I'm excited that I'm just like having a hard time catching up with the chat, because that means I am a successful streamer, because there's just so much happening. Wow, look at these here in the back. These two, this cluster. It looks great on my screen because it's 32-inch. I'm looking at the monitor in OBS and it's small. I hope y'all are watching me on a big boy screen. The mic, by the way, still goes up. Still hits me in the face. But yeah, some good systems here. Some good billowy clouds. Very nice. A little bit of the alt flickering here and there. I'm not sure why that is. We can see some distant high cloud as well, it feels like. But yeah, there it is, more high cloud. Cirrostratus clouds. These wispy boys, they're like 12 kilometers high, I think. And they light up beautifully at sunset or sunrise. Everybody loves clouds. This is the Cloud Love Club. What power do I use for the GoPro 9? Also covered in one of my previous videos, but I'll pop it up now. It's a... Where have I put it? Oh, here it is. It's an Anker power brick, but any power brick that has a PD port, power delivery, so it's a USB-C to USB-C cable, this powers it, and it also charges my phone, charges my cameras, and it lets it run indefinitely. So all of my Lumix cameras, I think the Canon R series, or R5 or R6, gets powered by that as well while it's shooting. I'm not 100% sure, but the Lumixes, yeah, they stay fully charged while shooting with that. And the Hero 9, I've got this little door that I've talked about a bunch. It's all covered in my last 2 GoPro videos. I use that to just power it indefinitely. And then it is a bit sus when it gets super rainy, but you can put some blue tack around it, and then it's pretty much weather sealed, which is sweet. Clip 4 out of 27. Told you I had a lot of data. Here are those clouds again. Hey Venkatesh, how are you, mate? Both jabs. Woo! Look at this. We might get a nice sun halo. And as I was saying that, it's already there. Who can spot the sun halo? Which originates from very small, very fine ice crystals. Oh, we get a sundog! In the upper atmosphere. So these clouds that moved in at the start, right? They're super high up. There's very, very fine ice crystals floating around in there. And they refract just like a rainbow does, but in a different manner. And that leads to a sun halo. And by this time, I can make a whole compilation about sun halos. So here you see that ring around the sun, which is also called a 22-degree halo. Not sure why it's called a 22-degree halo. Maybe it's got something to do with the width of that from... I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Someone Google that for me. Why is it called a 22-degree halo? Anyways, with that, you also can get a sun dog, is what they're called. And I believe that's what we're looking at here, this little rainbow bit in the sky. Or this might just be a lens flare, but I don't think it is. Because it definitely... Oh, no, it is. Or is it? Why would it be rainbow, though? I'm confused. No, it's not a sundog because they're on the edge of the ring. This isn't on the edge of the ring. And this rainbow color disappears as soon as this cloud moves in front of the sun somehow, which tells us that this phenomenon here, this little item, let me shake my mouse, isn't up in the sky because that wouldn't be influenced by a cloud that is so close by. Does that make sense? Anyways, some beautiful clouds here, both on the low end, nice little storm system on the bottom right, and high up, had a nice little halo, and what we thought was a sundog. But it's not. Hey, there's another one on the top left here. I'm so confused. The ring is here, the halo, it's more visible when it's moving. I don't know. It's interesting. Just fantastic clouds. I wish I shot more on the bigger cameras. I'm going to be shooting a bunch more now if we get more of these clouds. Just the billowing, just the detail shots. It's one of the shots, it's the one I posted on Instagram this week. Just beautiful, like the breathing, the billowing. Stream viewers will know why I posted that one, because it's a beautiful billowy boy. And a nice little halo in the middle of the screen here from that high altitude cloud. And we can see that get more and more dense and actually blocking that out. So you only need that thin layer. Now you see it's just all grayed out. And actually almost blocking it here. The bottom half, the top half is still there. Some odd flickering in the exposure. And this just grayed out. And this is what I call a fizzle of a sunset. It can still go off if there's a gap and this system moves across. But this is all pretty high up, pretty high altitude cloud. And it usually is like a huge stretch of them. So oftentimes it doesn't clear up for sunset. But let's see what happens. I haven't looked at this footage. We're watching together live. So that's pretty fun. Oh, bubbles from the beer. Everybody's getting vaxxed. How cool. Newer has a good green screen setup. It's probably based on the Elgato one, yeah. Hey Mattia, how are you, mate? Buonasera. Tutto bene? Last stream, I wanted to show your storm chasing video. Depending on how today goes, we can play it actually. Oh, that's another thing. There's this crazy cloud system. Look at the sky now. That's pretty, isn't it? I feel like we can see a bit of shadow coming from these ones. That's actually quite nice. That came out of nowhere. And then the color just goes. A total fizzle. Maybe a bit of color here in the right. Nope. White balance change from the camera. But you see these, like, oh yeah, shadowy lines. Very cool. I'm just writing down Olbinski, Mike. Probably my favorite storm chaser based in the, I don't know, US Bible Belt plains, wherever it is, Arizona. I think he's in Arizona, I'm not sure. Everyone there was chasing this one storm, and it is probably the coolest looking storm to have existed in a while. Sadly, maybe we can talk about this later. There's one photo that's been going viral. I've seen it on Reddit every day, multiple times since that happened, by a photographer, and it looks like an over-processed phone shot, which doesn't do it justice. But I'm glad for this person that their photos blown up everywhere. I hope they're getting some licensing deals out of it or whatever. Anyways, so that sunset happened, and then I thought, next up, sunrise. Let's flip the camera. The sunrise is well out of frame now, like left and back of my face. But yeah, this is nighttime. We see some more clouds moving in two directions. Do you know what I'm going to say next? Yes, you do. These different airstreams is how hot air balloons navigate. A fact not a lot of people know. What's this flickering going on here? Oh, also, I was on Reddit, on the London subreddit, and I posted a photo, and in the comments, someone was like, do you live in this building? And the name of the building? And I'm like, that's a bit creepy. Yes. He's like, yeah, I live in the building next to you. And so he lives, he lives in this building. And he posted a photo of his view, and his view is fantastic. Our flat's better, but his view is fantastic. And the way his view organizes the cluster of the City of London is an even better lineup than what we have. Very, very nice. Also, that new crane is still there. This little top red light ruining the view of that skyline, but that's fine. I'm just intrigued by this lighting going on. It's like a freaking discotheque. Imagine living next to that. I would lose my stuff. Like, that's flashing on that building and stuff. That's very annoying. Next to system, sundog is Pete's favorite term. Ooh, Venkatesh is getting on the GoPro 9 trend. Anyone else have a GoPro 9? Ooh, bit of rain hitting. I love seeing the rain dry up. That's pretty cool. Also, I'm so excited that it's Friday. Even though I don't really have a week and I plan on working on the weekend, it's just nice to be able to not feel guilty about not working, maybe. Maybe that's why. Move in with this random. So actually, I haven't seen Matthias' video. I've seen it drop by and I wanted to watch it live on the stream last time, but I didn't get around to it. I think I've either forgot or ran out of time. Yeah, I think I ran out of time and then the food arrived, so I had to call it. GoPro 8. Might fast forward here. There's not a lot happening. There's only so much garbage I can make up to talk about. Kidding. A lot of flickering there. That looks like a bunch of rain coming in. Next up. Is the rain coming in? Let's find out. Sure, it looks like it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Called it. I should be a weatherman. Right around sunrise, so that might be interesting. Also, there's been hectic winds the last couple of days / week. Definitely good to use those straps on the balcony to secure everything. All right, sun is rising. Not much is happening at all. Lights changing, white balance is changing, blah, 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 blah. I've never had my GoPro freeze during the 9. I've never had my GoPro Hero 9 freeze during a time lapse. Yeah, I feel like there's still work to be done on the GoPros, but the Hero 9 is their most solid camera yet. Most powerful as well. And I reckon a good enough upgrade from the Hero 8 even, because it's got 20 megapixels or 20.1 as opposed to 12, I think, on the old ones. This could have been a fantastic sunrise with these gaps in the clouds, but I feel like what we're seeing here is a nice amount of turbulence in the sky, which might be getting us ready for some great storms coming in. I don't know if they started this day or not, but yeah, interesting. Interesting structure, nothing too interesting though. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh yeah, I had the Insta360 1R 1-inch mod, but I borrowed it to my friend Tom from Aspect Science, or formerly known as Aspect Science, and he's just playing with it now, I assume. I might ask for it back. I might just let him borrow it long term and just forget about it. Timelapse Worlds on Instagram he got a Insta360 1X2, 1X Mark II for hyperlapses, and I'm very tempted to get it as well, or at least to try that on my 1R. So maybe I should ask for it back, because the hyperlapse stabilization and the editing you can do with it with the 360 just looks fantastic. And look, it'll be a good excuse for me to leave the house every now and then. Although I've been swimming very well. I did 30 laps yesterday. That's 1.5 clicks. Bit of brightness there. You can see the sun peek through the clouds. And a wind direction change. That was cool. Ooh, some cool cloud here. You see that structure? Up, up, up. Tailing end. Very nice. It's like rolling. We'll see many more a rolling cloud today. Oh, I'm just going to wait for the chat to catch up to see that. Lesson learned. Stop recording the GoPro before taking it down in your underwear in the morning. Whew. I'm hot now. I'm feeling very warm. That is why there's always a risk when live streaming. I'm sorry, I obviously didn't freaking mean to do that. Maybe I should screen my footage before before viewing it live on camera. I knew it was going to be a good stream. I didn't realize it was going to be a great stream. Claps in the chat. How good. All right. Moving on. Fuck me. I think there's a way that you can like put in a buffer between what you're doing, but even I wouldn't even know how to do it. Plus, it's so funny. Luckily, I don't take myself too seriously. Good stuff. To celebrate that funny moment, if anybody wants to hit the join button to make me feel better about myself, you can hit the join button and join the channel. We're at 90 members, which was the goal last time. If we get to 100 members, nothing changes, but it's cool. You get a cool badge next to your name. If you're just joining the chat, the stream, you missed a good one. God damn. Yeah, somebody hit the join button so we can talk about something else. All right. More clouds. Here we see a nice little edge thing. God. Ooh, very cool. Okay. I just can't move past what we just saw. It's the most beautiful, beautiful GoPro shot on stream. Hello, Jack Tech. I don't know how you do that. Do you just @ my name and then it comes up as a color? But how cool is this? Also, let me just mark the previous clip red so I don't accidentally play that again. Imagine if I just uploaded all of that to YouTube. I mean, it's uploaded now because it's a stream. You can rewatch them. And I'm not going to trim it out, but whatever. Imagine if I just uploaded all of that and that's like the last shot, like unedited GoPro clips. I mean, it could have been worse. I could have had no underwear on. Anyways, I was intrigued. I think this is later on the day. Let's check the timing here. 10:25. That doesn't make sense. 15th of May. What do we know? 21st. Yeah, imagine joining the stream when that's on camera. I must have offloaded the footage then, or like waited to shoot, or maybe the GoPro was, I don't know. There's something up because this is much later on the day, different angle as well. But just look at the structure of this storm system and how this band on the end stays like that, and it's very turbulent underneath. It's like this rolling band of cloud, and that's just, I love that so much. And we'll see once again, we'll see heaps more of that in this, the weather, the stormy systems that come through. Very cool. I didn't see this with the naked eye. A lot of this I was inside probably filming or editing. I've been working hard. I've recorded a handful of videos for the upcoming course and stuff. And I've also been editing new time-lapse films, of course. London Storm, which we should be premiering. God, my timing schedule's way off. Hold on, it's 4:30. After this clip, let's do a premiere. How many people are in the chat? 45. Phew. Fantastic. After this file, how's the timing on that? This one just finished. Let's premiere London Storm. So, context. London Storm consists of 3 days of time-lapse footage shot from my balcony, shot from the Cloud Palace, the Cloud Palace in East London, and we just had 3 days in May of, well, we had more days of crazy weather, but we had 3 days or 2 days of bonkers weather coming in. And I shot probably about 10,000 images, 10,000 raw time-lapse photos. Let's actually have a look at how much data I generated. Oh no, I can't because it's in another folder and I don't actually know how many files are in the other. A lot of files, and now we're doing a little premiere of what I made. This is going live on Tuesday, goes out with the newsletter, the Time Warper Weekly, and it's already, you can already go and watch it in 4K. If you're a member or a patron, you get access to my videos early on, which is an incentive for you to hit the join button. But that's fine. I'm not going to spam that too much. Also a fun giveaway later before I forget. So because I wasn't sure about how to loop the audio through OBS and the streaming software in YouTube, I've loaded it into OBS and made it a clickable button. I hope it works. I did a test. I can do live audio commentary at the same time, but I can't pause it and rewind it because it's just a file that's playing. Actually, I might be able to do that. I just realized. Anyways, welcome to the world premiere of my latest time-lapse film, which was shot over 2.5 to 3 days, all from one balcony on 2 cameras in London. Let's have a look at London Storm. And yes, I'm still on camera. No title card, just apocalyptic clouds moving across. My audio might be double, so I'm... Hello. Thanks. It's good to pop the audio back. Voila, little premiere of my latest film. I hope you enjoyed that. I did forget to say something beforehand, because I'm shooting myself in the foot here by showing this to you. I would really appreciate it, obviously, if you can, when the video goes live on Tuesday, if you can maybe leave a like and a comment and maybe a share. You're my core audience. The fact that you've already seen it means that you're unlikely to go see it again, which is bad for me. I need that core audience to engage with the video so it gets boosted out to more people. I've put in a lot of hours on this edit, and I really hope that it does well. I'm going to share it on some subreddits and stuff. So on Tuesday, when it goes live, when the newsletter goes live, I would really love it if you could maybe share it as well. And obviously, you know, leave a like and a comment and all that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I had a ball editing it. I found that track, I think, on Epidemic Sound. And now it's just like, fuck me, this is good. This needs an epic edit to it. And so London Storm came to be. But the track is so good that I want to use it again on something else. Maybe a showreel or something. That's a good showreel track. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a fun little premiere. So thanks for the support. Yeah, some Mammotus Cloud, some really good stuff. And yeah, the soundtrack is just amazing. I'm really, really happy. Thanks for all the kind words. How bloody good. I have tested some hyperlapses with the drone, but not much. It's not my expertise. There's other people that do it better. I gotta now just fix my... Oh no, I'm back. Audio's all good still. Yeah, cool. That works. Cool. So that's that. Also, at the end of that video, I do a little explainer. And while we're at it, with the surprises, might as well. There's some new merch coming. It might be limited edition merch. It might be. If you watch my Instagram stories, you would have seen it as well. As a little tease yesterday when I was on my skateboard going to the pool. Bucket hats, baby. The bucket hat is my preferred hat. I love snapbacks, I love 5-panel caps, I love trucker hats, everything. My favorite hat is a bucket hat. So this font is adjusted. This is the first sample. The next sample comes in a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And then it might be an exclusive limited edition merch release. There's no logo on it. There's no label. This is the type of hat you can buy for your girlfriend because it's cute, or your boyfriend, or your anyone really. I freaking love it so much. I've been wearing it a lot. I'm just looking at myself now thinking, damn, Matt. I also like clouds. That looks great. It's pretty hot in here though, so I can't keep it on. But yeah, that's 2 world premieres. Premiere on stream, new hat. Premiere on stream, new time-lapse film. It's your perfect summer hat. It's your perfect festival hat. You can add pins to it. You can hide things underneath. You can do whatever. You can put SD cards in there or batteries. You know, you literally do what you want. I use it when I go swimming or to the gym or when you're traveling. You take the hat off and you put your wallet, your phone, your keys in there and then put it in the tray. So not everything gets spread out, you know, in customs or security. That's how I use my hats. And the bucket hat's perfect for that. So many good things. Krishi, hello from India. Hello from London. Venkatesh, thank you for the kind words. Oh my god, we're catching up on chat. So many good things. Thank you all for the kind words and the cloud claps. Fantastic. Really, really lovely seeing everyone drop by for that. What else is on the agenda? Let me cross off what we've done already. So we've done a bit of GoPro. We've done the London Storm. We've done the hat reveal. I'm still on my first beer, which is slow pace. We're almost an hour in. Time flies when you're having fun with some cool people from all over the world. Curious Harsh, I hope it gets to 1 million views, but for some reason my YouTube uploads just do never break through to a new audience. It's always my core audience, all of you, lovely people, and then a little bit more. But I've never had, besides my showreel in 2013, 8 years ago, I haven't really had much else that's blown up like that. I'm not saying that this deserves that, but I'm saying every now and then I deserve a couple 10,000 views, right? So my last video, the solar can one, got 6,000 something views because it got a bunch of articles written about it, and I can see the reach, but like YouTube just doesn't push it. And from my subscribers, only 500 of those views are from my subscribers. I've got 61,000 subscribers on here. Is YouTube broken? Is my channel broken? I don't know. I don't care about it too much. I'm just very happy with this live stream setup that we have right now and the audience of the live stream, which is all you lovely lot. So I'm gonna grab another beer, use the loo. Everybody, oh, look at those emojis. That's a lot of food. If you want custom emojis, you can hit the join button and get yourself some custom clouds and a camera and all these fun things. Boop, 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 boop. Off. I'm gonna leave you on the loop sequence for a minute. Trash Alco. Yeah. And then we're gonna review some more of my underwear crotch shots. No, we'll look at some more crazy clouds. We'll look at all the GoPro footage that I shot from all these sequences that you just saw. I shot them on GoPro as well, and we can actually like maybe do a deep dive into, or maybe we can do that next Friday. I'll do a deep dive into the making of London Storm. But yeah, for now, be right back. Perfectly timed. Sorry it took a while for me to get back. I had to explain to Amelia how I showed my dick on camera on a live stream. Very funny. My family is all good. I'm all good. Thank you so much for asking. My back's also good. I saw my osteo again yesterday. Had some acupuncture done. Swimming again. All is well. Thank you for asking. Back to crotch shots and clouds. New stream name? Time warp stream. That's so family friendly. I'm laughing. Where did we end? I didn't mark the last clip that we watched. Oh, that's where the fun begins. 17th of May. So this was the last one. Yeah, that was that crazy storm. Let me actually show the screen again. That hasn't been happening as much as, it used to. Where I'm just showing you 5 minutes worth of great time lapses. And you can't see it because I'm an idiot and I didn't push the button. So this... a lot of these sequences now will look very familiar because you've just seen them in the premiere of London Storm. But I'll play them anyway. This is only 25 seconds, which confuses me. I think what I did is I stopped doing the long shots, and then the storms happened, and I was like, and then I shot storm, and then I stopped, and then I shot another shot. So these are all separate storm clips. So here's one shot on the GoPro, little shelf cloud on the right. That rolling motion is just freaking fantastic, isn't it? And that turbulence under it. And this rainstorm kind of just went past us. Just slipped right to the side. And some beautiful, beautiful distant clouds. Look at that. Wow. Look here on the right. That's the next system coming over. By the way, it might happen again. I wait. The first thing I do when I get out of bed is go check the camera. I don't sleep with my clothes on, so. Ooh, also I forgot the new beer. I have cracked a beer, and I've got a story to go with this beer as well. But I'm just going to watch this sequence again. Look at that stuff on the right, just beautiful. On the left as well, just at the edge of my head. Great, great systems. So, Bevy time. This is a Pacifico beer. I saw it at the shop, at the off-license, which has new management. Just totally irrelevant. The best beer I've ever had. Not technically or on paper the best beer, but the best tasting beer, the most satisfying beer, happened when I was coming back from a hike on Christmas Island, which is in the Indonesia. Where is Christmas Island? It's off Java. It's Australian territory. It's part Chinese. It's part Malay or Malaysian. And it's the island with the hundreds of millions of crabs on it. I was shooting there for Google. Time-lapsing the crab migration, which Sir Richard Attenborough calls one of the most impressive animal events in the world, I think. He's got a video from back in the whenevers. And I shot time-lapses there for Google years ago. They were documenting that crab migration with their Google Trekker backpack, so we can now go... Actually, we can go there. What did I do? Oh, I deleted my chat window. Smashing it today, Matt. New window. Christmas Island Street View. So Google did this stuff where they went and Google Street View. Is this it? Got a bunch of blogs from there as well. They documented it for people that wouldn't be able to access it because it's not an easy place to get to, and we actually got stuck on that island for quite a while. Because the planes weren't flying back. So we stayed an extra little while there. But yeah, Google went and documented all that. And so I was there for that. And one of the hikes we did was to go to a little remote beach. We had to go through like old lava tunnels and forests. And it is like close to 100% humidity there. This isn't loading. I was sweating like nothing else. My skin was getting irritated from the amount of sweat that was pouring out of me. Just really, really ridiculous. And so this is the Christmas Island, one of the Christmas Island beaches. As you can see, that's a fair amount of crabs right there. Red crabby boys. Well, they're actually all girls. They're all women. I forget the name of this beach, but yeah, I was there as part of this mission to go and document it in time-lapse. Look at these walls, covered in crabs. So they all come from the higher parts of the island and they walk down. And so all these remote beaches, like this, it's crazy how to get there. I came back from this hike after hours, drenched and then some in sweat, feeling at the end of my tether with a 25 kilo camera bag and 2 tripods and another mini tripod, because I'm shooting time lapses. You need a tripod to time lapse, right? Cameras, lenses, gear, drone with me. I had a gimbal with me as well. I had a big monopod to put the gimbal on so we could simulate drone shots. All this crazy stuff. And after this hike with this family on the island that we did when we got stuck on the island because of the flights, we get back from this hike. We have to walk up this hill, and one of the family members ran ahead, and in the back of the ute, in the back of the truck, in the pickup truck, he had an esky, which is an ice box. What do you call an esky in other countries? A cooler, and it had a bunch of these in there. So imagine the absolute pleasure of sinking a frosty beer when you're so sweaty that you didn't even know you could get that sweaty. That's why Pacifico will always have a special place in my heart. And cheers to the family that took us under their wing for that trip, for that guide, that little tour down the lava tunnels. Always reminds me of that trip. Still tastes good. Francesco, buonasera. Frigo books. The Frigo books, as we would say it in Belgium. Francesco, you missed some good stuff today. You can rewatch the stream later on. Anyways, I want to go back to the lapses now. We're reviewing hectic footage. Should I tag that? Oh no, that was the one, yeah. Okay, this one then. Okay, cool. So this is the GoPro shot. Prosecco, si prego, grazie. Un po' di prosecco. Un bottiglia di prosecco. You got a little bit of Italian in me. I changed the camera and I shot this side. And just look at those clouds! So good. You'll recognize maybe this shot. I had a more zoomed in version of these clouds moving across the city on one of the Lumix cameras that made it to the final edit. And here you see the last frame that I shot is another shelf cloud moving across that I didn't expect, because I was like, these happen rarely in London, let alone 2 in one day, let alone 3 in one day. So here we have another one, and I wish I shot this on a 1 second interval so it would go slower. We can try and slow it down and either use like a plugin like Twixtor or some frame blending to try and make it look good, but real time is not bad. Look at that. Look at that turbulence under that cloud. We'll watch the high resolution clips next week on stream where we can like zoom in on these structures. But yeah, how fantastic. I kind of wish I let that side run, but I only had the one GoPro on, so I changed sides. Yeah, water repellent spray. I actually saw a thread on Reddit about that. I don't mind the raindrops. On the GoPro, I really don't care, because the only reason I'm shooting on this GoPro is for you guys, just to share the footage on Friday. On the bigger cameras, on the bigger lenses, I don't want to put a water repellent spray on there. I could, I guess, put a cheap UV filter on there, but I'm not a huge fan of that. With the spray on, which would block the raindrops from getting on there. But in my mind, those raindrops are part of the shot. They're part of what happened, right? So yeah, I'm not too fussed about it. They look cool sometimes, and wow, would you look at that? How cool does that look? So this is right after the previous shot. Look at that turbulence. Again, I wish I shot this on a 1 second interval. And this is just, it's a wall of rain moving past us. Just missed us once again. So that's pretty cool. Let's just go back to the start here. Wow. That's the thumbnail shot, by the way, for the London storm. It's this, but then on the bigger camera. Bit of a color grade. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice, nice, nice. That frame rate looks a bit off in OBS, but I hope it looks good on the YouTube. Carolyn, that's all right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for committing to share. Some great clouds still trailing behind that storm, and then it looks like some other stuff there. Hey Matthew, I saw in your Instagram reel your YouTube setup. I was wondering how your key light is mounted. Good question. It is mounted on a what's it called? Duronic monitor arm, and I've mounted my light with a spigot in it, so it's actually a bit loose. But I'm gonna make it's long overdue. I'm gonna make a video. Here's the next little shelf cloud systemy thing moving across the city. Just this as a shot. If you color grade that, it looks like this little UFO moving across. But yeah, there's a video overdue on the channel, which is a full run through of my filming setup. Now that I finally have my arm from Rode, they sent it. Rode's an Australian company, by the way, which is why I get on with them so well. They sent me the new podcast arm, which is still a bit... It goes up a bit too easily. Sometimes it smacks me in the face, like my crotch did with you guys earlier. Now that I've got the arm, everything's complete. My filming setup is complete. My editing setup is complete. So I'll do an overview video soon. Maybe next week I'll film it. And it is great. And yeah, it's pretty much mounted. It's like a 20 or 30 quid clamp, like a heavy duty clamp that you put over your desk side. And then it's got a pole, and the pole is... Yeah, the pole's 80 centimeters long, and in that I just plug the light. And that's that. Hope that answers your question. Back to the clouds. Great system once again. A bit of rain behind the city there. Many a shot was had that day. Like, yeah, quite a few. And then the next day as well. Here we have, once again, a crazy looking system moving across. Hey! Where's the emoji? Where's Chopper's emoji? Let's go. Lightning fist bump. In the chat. I didn't know I had that. That's a big one as well. Come on, mate. Where are you? Oh, I think it skipped a frame. Nailed it. How good's that? That's a bolt and a half. So the reason this is special that I caught this is, first of all, lightning doesn't happen a lot in London, I've noticed, because I've been living here for 7 months, and this is only the second or third time, in this flat, I mean, 7 months, the second or third time that I've seen lightning bolts with my own eyes. So that's pretty rare, right? In Sydney, we have lightning like freaking crazy because it's just such a hectic climate there. Now, the shutter speeds on these individual frames are minuscule. It's, probably, I want to say maybe 1/100th of a second. Even if it's 1/5, even if it's 1/10th of a second, that is still such a minuscule chance to capture a lightning bolt, which usually lasts less than a second. Obviously, it's most of the time it's a flash. Sometimes they reverberate and like shoot their energy across from the sky to the ground. It can take a while for a bolt to like fully fade. But the fact that I got it on that GoPro, and I've actually got it on the bigger camera as well, but we'll save that for next week's stream. That's so cool. I love that. I'm going to screenshot this one. Screen capture, selected window. Boop. Did I just capture that with the play button in it? No. Cool. Yeah. Nice. Bit of lightning. Always exciting. And also just major dumpage of rain. And once again, it kind of missed us. It more went over the city. Some trailing turbulent clouds. Not a lot of billowy boys on this one. Maybe after. A lot of rain. A lot of rain on the lens. How good. Wind direction. I don't know if you noticed that, but now it's coming towards us as opposed to going left. And that's something you notice in one of the climax clips, the second climax in London Storm. The wind kind of shifts and then it's... Whoosh. I didn't speed that clip up. It's just had this extra gust, this extra current. And this is a full-length clip, again, 4 gigabytes in file size, where I changed the angle. And yeah, just nice turbulent skies. Turbulence and billowing are the two words of the day. And I don't mind it one bit because they're my favorite type of cloud structure system. Very cool. Interesting seeing the light come through and like the color and stuff through what would be quite a thick. Ooh, this looks like another shelf cloud that I hadn't even noticed. Like another little front of rain. Not a full shelf cloud, not like what we have in Sydney, but enough to look like a shelf cloud. Who's ready for a giveaway in a bit? We have our very first sponsored giveaway. You can probably guess the sponsor. I think I've hinted at it. Ooh, and a bit of sunset happening on the right. Bit of color. Bit of color moving in. I'm not sure what happened there. Nice remote stuff. The thing is, like, with living in this flat and not having a hard drive sponsor, I just shoot so much, and it takes up so much of my time if I were to shoot everything that I wanted to shoot. So sometimes it's good that I just drop the curtain, drop the roll. Oh, very cool color behind the city here. I remember seeing that in real life, and I was like, that's very cool. But yeah, I didn't shoot much of that. But yeah, you just lose yourself in it. And then you spend an entire week editing storm footage to then not share it because I'm lazy. I'm not lazy. I'll edit it and I'll you know, make it, but then I can't be asked posting it on social media because I don't like doing that as much. I like the process. I like the predicting, planning, capturing, editing. The sharing bit I find annoying, which is why I love these streams so much, because I can do it live and have you guys all tuning in. It's just very fun. Peter Neves. Eindelijk ben ik er nog eens geraakt na weken, deze keer met een gouden Carolus infused. School to you, my guy. School to Flemish Fridays. Gouden Carolus. Haven't had that in a while. One of my favorite Belgian beers is a triple Carmelite, which I assume you're familiar with, Peter, if you're drinking Gouden Carolus. I got a little bit of little moonshine on the right there. That's cute. We have those lifts in those buildings going up like crazy again. Just like pre-pandemic. Ooh, why is that zoom not working? Whoa, that's a bit much. Look at that. Whoop, boop, 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 boop. I think that is... No, that wouldn't... Oh no, I ruined it. That's not Sushi Samba, that's another lift. Anyways, not much else going on in that clip, so let's move on to the next one. Hey, Time Warp Visuals in the house. How are you, mate? Full-length clips. Stuurt mij een paar gouden Carolusjes op of een triple Carmelite of allebei. Comes good. Whoa! I was just about to say, like, the shard's pretty quiet tonight, so this little shard-looking building just lit up. Oh, they must have been doing light testing or something. That would have been... Oh, that looks like they're working on a new animation or something. It's blown out so we can't see it, but maybe I should point my camera. I mean, they've done the testing now, I assume. That would have looked cool with a tight shot. And then you add some sound design to it, little electricity glitch. That could be fun. But yeah, they've changed the color. It used to be blue for the NHS to applaud the key workers. And now it's back to white, or like a cream white colored tip. Besides that, I'm just looking at like smoke coming out of buildings and there's light. There's not a lot of interesting cloud happening. Keep an eye on the sky. If you spot a meteor like we did last time, or an iridium satellite, that was fun. That was really fun. Doing a little search. What did we find? What is this? A lot of stars. I mean, not a lot of stars in London. Pretty much central London. There's not a lot of stars that we can see, but there's some stars moving across. Just right behind my head. Just realized. There's one here. Again, the compression. I don't know if you can see it. Let's move on from this. It's not the most interesting sky. And here we have the transition to daytime, bit of high cloud, so this might be a nice sunrise. Again, I haven't reviewed this, as we noticed earlier. I have not reviewed this footage one bit. This is prime for a great sunrise, but I think it's a bit early, and I hope it goes well. I haven't seen a good sunrise in a while. I haven't shot anything on my Lumixes in a while, but this might be nice. But then, of course, right around when the sun would hit, when the color would hit those clouds, they all disappear. And now there's no clouds, and now the sun's about to rise. So thank you, clouds, for not doing what I want you to do. What we see here in the sky is the shadow of our planet shooting off into space, or rather, the lack of light. The top bit is the light shooting into space, and that's moving across the sky as the sun lights up our planet. So think about that. How freaking cool is that? This black band is the shadow of the planet that we're on, shooting into space. I find that one of the most fascinating facts when looking at sunrises or sunsets. And you can just see it hit down and down and down, drops down, and eventually that light will hit this building, because that's the tallest one in the area. And we have the morning flight starting off. That's another flight. And there's going to be another one soon. And I'm early. No, nothing. That's the other flight. A lot of light reflecting here. The sun's up now. Planes shooting across the sky. No cloud though. Thank you very much. No cloud. We had enough cloud. Good cloud in that week. So you can't have it all. Some shadow moving across this building here. I like that. From that tall, ugly building in front of our on the left. That's kind of cool. They would have a great sunrise shot. And then you can see how high the sun is from the height of this building and the corner of that shadow moving across. We could do some calculations. Very good. Hey, Breitenbach in the chat. I don't have the sunset cam active right now. I need to relink the app and the IP address and stuff. And also, let me have a look. It's just so grey and rainy outside. There's not much sunset happening. Remember last time we reviewed footage like this, we had like empty sky sunrises, and then out of nowhere, these cute little clouds appeared. And if you look behind the Barbican, which is also covered in a bit of shadow there, it looks like. Is it? Oh no, that's the shadow of the first tower hitting the second tower. Yeah, there's not much happening here. Not a lot of cloud appearing, but that might change, which is good. This gives me an oh, no. Anytime I scroll, it goes back to the start. Haven't gone through chat in a bit. Let's see. No worries. Work has priority over my live stream, I'm sure. Some distant cloud popping up. That's nice. Damn, these time warp streams always educate you with something new. Yet another reason I love tuning in. If you don't mind it, I'm going to screenshot that because I love that comment so much. Thank you very much. Sheep clouds. Hey, Manuel, how are you? Yeah, so time warp, I said this earlier, planes have been coming in more and more. It's definitely a clear sign that the world's open, or at least the UK is opening up more again. Speaking of, let's have a look at this trail here. Pretty short, pretty high altitude plane. Not much fun going on there, but some clouds moving in from the west. And here we have, yeah, some clouds forming, sheep clouds forming, boom, out of nowhere. Ooh, and that plane just took a turn. Literally. See that? Bop, 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 bop. Time to turn left and go somewhere else. How good. And yeah, some nice little low altitude cloud coming in. But not sticking around, appearing and disappearing. Very interesting. But so revolving. I wish I could visualize that. Maybe with some frame blending, some time blending, we can show that structure of that cloud. And also, out of nowhere, you have this like mid to high cloud moving in, getting illuminated. Very cool. What a boring scene. Well, 10 seconds later, here you have it. Lots of stuff moving. Some nice cirrus clouds, those feather-looking ones in the top. Like, how is that, like... We went from this to that in like an hour, probably. How beautiful. What's with those cirrus clouds, alto cirrus or whatever you want to call them. Just always looking so beautiful and wispy. This is giving me stormy vibes, like these low clouds just kind of feel like moisture and energy in the air, ready to pounce, ready to turn into a rainstorm or something. I don't know what's going to happen on this day. I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't review my footage, which is pretty fucking cool and stupid, as we saw. And here we have the lens flare popping in, which means the sun has crossed the angle of the GoPro. I don't know what angle I was pointing it towards the city, so I can kind of deduce how far it was. But yeah, hey, welcome to the UK. Now it's grey and cloudy. How many photos do I end up clicking on average a day? Depends really. If there's like a storm, it can be up to like 5 or 10,000 images even if I'm shooting 2-3 cameras. This is all shot on the Hero 9 in video mode, in night-lapse video mode, so it's not shooting any still photos actually. Ooh, by the way, some nice structure here, just here. Nice little billowy cloud. That's what I meant earlier, like there's energy in the air, there's moisture and stuff moving, and it evolves into these stacked towering clouds that just look freaking fantastic. Like a fart wafting. Thank you, Pete. Great cloud movement. Oh, a bit of rain. See, that's what I meant. There's moisture in the air. It feels and it looks moist. ASMR mode engaged. Moist. And we're back to the billows. Not a giveaway. I won't be planning. Actually, asked both of my main GoPro contacts for a Hero 9 giveaway, but both of them are on the wrong team and they can't sign off on doing a giveaway. But I have some old GoPros. Maybe I'll give away an old GoPro on the stream one day. But today we're doing another giveaway, something very fun. If you're into time-lapse and long exposure, you're going to want to stick around for a wee bit, because I'm teaming up with... It's not a sponsor, it's just me, working with a brand that I really like. And just fascinating clouds once again. I was going to say, I could look at this for hours, but I do look at it for hours, and so do you. We have, between like 40 and 50 people looking at this for hours, which is great. Love it so much. Just stunning day. I think this is one of the days that I shot the other shot for London Storm. Just like a tight shot at 100mm of a cloud billowing. Très nice. What's the clock saying? Is that correct? What is the clock saying? Yeah, 5:20-ish. Good. This is beautiful here. Top of my head, right there. Good cloud. Good cloud. Oh yes, we talked on your Reddit post yesterday. Definitely instant timelapse. Oh, that's cool. I don't get many people dropping by from Reddit. I'm also not too active on Reddit. I should be more active on Reddit, if I'm being honest. A rare angle, this one, because I usually frame this building out, but sometimes it's nice to have it in context in the frame. Also look at one Canada Square, which is reflecting the sun on its bright ass rooftop. Look at these clouds though. Look at that. Good shit. Hello, Tony Studio. Ooh, wow, look at that. Little dumpage of rain. Wow, that's like it's not a micro burst, but that's maybe like a medium burst, a mini something. Ellie, hi Ellie. How cool is that? Just this little string of rain coming through, and almost what looks like. I thought I saw a mini rainbow style refraction, but I didn't. But yeah, this is just nice and pretty, isn't it? It's a bit of rain coming through. That's cute. And then on the right, a lot of dark clouds moving in. Wowee. That's scary, isn't it? So yeah, remember, I'm just looking here on the left, like this is also blown out. There's also a lot of gray on the side, but underexpose half a stop or something like that if you want to get the detail in the clouds if you're shooting like this. Ooh, nice little edge here. Look at that. That's all rain. Oh wow. Little rainstorm moving past. I don't think I even knew I caught that. Canary Wharf's getting hammered in the rain, or no, it goes past it. Just past it. Very cool. Pixar Clouds. Yeah, that's a good name for him. Although I'm assuming there's copyright or trademark infringement issues with that. So we won't be referring to them like that. Or maybe we will. Welcome to my Pixar Cloud stream. Not affiliated with the brand that's in the title. Interesting cloud, very gray here. So the reason I think they're gray is because there's not any light hitting them. There's a top layer of cloud that's blocking the light from hitting this cloud. I don't think it's got anything to do with how thick the cloud is. I think it's got to do with the fact that this cloud deck is stopping the light from hitting this, so it just looks gray and not illuminated. Speculation. Speculation. Oh yeah, this is the other day that we had the storms, and this is another Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss sequence. You've seen it already in high res in the London Storm world premiere today. But honestly, get ready for it, because this is a doozy. The length of that front was enormous. That's what she said. Just a lot of rain, and you can see the buildings disappear, and then the city almost disappear, and just the amount of rain hitting the lens mean, you know, usually we see a drop on the lens and it stays there. All these drops were just getting hammered and hammered and hammered. So let's go back. Let's play that a couple times. Oh no, Time Warp Visuals. Just realized that changing your channel name means you have to join the channel again. Lost access and emojis to join again later. That's so stupid from YouTube. That shouldn't be a thing at all. I'm sorry to hear that. You're always welcome to hit the join button again, but I understand if you don't want it. If anyone else is thinking of hitting the join button, be my guest. You get a custom badge next to your name and access to emojis, and you help make these streams a reality. We're at 90, or we were at 90. We're at 89 members now. The goal is to get to 100 members, and when we hit 100 members, nothing happens. I purely can say I've got 100 YouTube channel members. But it's a good sign for me to know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm going in the right direction. And you do get nice little emojis and stuff. But yeah, that is annoying. I'm sorry to hear that. They take those away. I need to change. I need to move my head up because I'm in the way of this cloud. Call to action off. There we go. GoPro shot. Because there's a lot happening on the left side of this shot as well. This front, you can see this band. It starts here. Oh, sorry, I'm pointing at the wrong screen. It starts here, and then it evolved. And then you see here on the left, you see that structure edge as well, and then this one as well. And then this kind of developed. It felt like two fronts almost. So there's this line here, boop, 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 and then that kind of morphed and went along this one, which I think is a different system, which led to this thicker structure here that kind of combined in this wall going over the city. You see how that? I should make a GIF out of this and just have it loop so you can look at it easily. But yeah, great evolution of this system, this structure moving across. And I've got it all in 6K. This is 4K on the GoPro. Next week, we'll review these in depth and we'll talk about my new Lightroom presets and LUT pack, or collection as I'm going to call it, that I used to color grade this. So I actually haven't said that. I color graded, or maybe I have. All of this was color graded using presets. Well, not this, the London Storm video. Color graded using my custom built time-lapse presets, which are named after clouds, and they're based on the phases of golden hour photography. And I'm very happy with it, and it's something I've always wanted to do, but I've never been able to figure out how to make Lightroom presets that I could sell, like what's the added value. But now I think I've actually got something very cool, so I'm very excited about it. But we'll talk more about that next week, because I won't be launching it until then, I think. Or maybe I will, we'll see. Anyways, more GoPro shots. Pixar Clouds, that's a good one. PXR, it's like a ticker. Some nice remote billowy burrs. And what, again, almost looks like a lenticular cloud, but not really, but that shape here on the left. I'm going to put my face back down. Oh, this is the opening shot. This front here. That's the opening shot of London Storm. Because I could just see this wall of stuff moving towards us. Like this there was so much stuff in the air, just like a tsunami almost is what it looks like here. This bit, you see it? Again, I'm looking at a small screen. I hope if you see it on a TV, you'll see it easily. But this just felt like it was literally like a tsunami wave of cloud and rain coming our way. And I went with the opening shot because it's impressive enough to get you hooked, but it's not the most impressive shot. So I still have something for a payoff at the climax, where when the music's peaking, the visuals are peaking as well. So it's a nice little mid to high quality shot to open up your time lapse with, or your edit, I guess. To look into my brain on how I sort my footage, which is like puzzling, which is very fun. Lovely, lovely clouds. Is everyone having a good time? How are we all feeling? Look at those rays. Oof. All right. Pause it. Claps in the chat for Time Warp Visuals to be the first person, I believe, to become a member twice. Probably member number 90, I want to say. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. Memberships gets you early access to almost all of my videos, gets you access to my old vlogs, gets you a custom badge next to your name, gets you custom emojis like little clouds and fist bumps and love hearts and this and that. You become part of the Matt Joe's club, Time Warper Club. I don't know. I don't have a name for it. But most of all, I always attribute the success and the existence of these streams to the patrons and the channel members. So we've got quite a few now, close to 90. With all the patrons, we're over 100 maybe already. And it costs $1 per month as a minimum. There's different tiers, but that's where it starts. You can become a member for $1, which is the lowest I could set it because I wanted it to be as accessible as possible. And that's that. You can click the join button to get your badge. So thank you so much for the support to all the members and the patrons. You know what? Not only those people, also the people that are just here to watch and have a good time and are frothing about these clouds. Moving on, we have a nice gap in the clouds here. I mean, overexposed because everything else is so dark, and that's just but great rays moving through. Look at that light hitting this little cloud here. I'm gonna put my face back down. Back to the play button. And an interesting little direction change, right? Or maybe not. I feel like the top's coming towards us and the bottom's going to the right. All these wind directions changing. I just realized I'm gonna make a little animation instead of doing the claps in the chat. I'm gonna have a little song and a dance to play. So there's a bigger incentive for you to hit the join button. I'll show you my crotch in my underwear if you hit the join button. If you missed that reference, earlier in the stream, we were reviewing some clips, as we are doing now, and the last frame of one of the GoPro clips was, and I couldn't have framed this on purpose better, it was literally a full screen of my front junk. Full screen when I took the GoPro inside. I didn't stop recording, or maybe it was delayed or something, but a freaking full-size Matty Joe's penis shot, and now I'm demonetized, just hitting everyone in the stream, and it's the most I've laughed in a while. So thank you for being here with me for that. I want to rewind because we saw some really nice rays, some really nice light getting blocked in the sky. A big white balance change here, an interesting band of cloud here on the right, but mostly I'm looking at this structure here, and that's gonna go high enough in the air for it to block the light hitting. Here it's starting, so it's peeking through this higher altitude cloud, and it's blocking the light, and it's casting a shadow behind what's piercing through that top cloud. And that's the rays you see here. So that is a shadow that has been a shadow that's being cast by this structure, this system, piercing through the high altitude cloud, blocking, or mid altitude actually, because there's still more high altitude, blocking the light hitting the clouds that are in front of this one. And it's this type of shit that makes me love time-lapse so much. And I'm guessing that's why you're here as well, is to just look at how the planet works and how it affects. And there's actually, so this higher cloud, which is higher than this lit up cloud, I think, is also getting affected. So this storm must have gone so high up that it blocked this little patch here as well. Isn't that just cool? And this stuff's happening all over the planet, every second of the day, everywhere. And people just don't care because they don't know or they're not interested. I don't know. I feel like as soon as you see these things, and this is the beauty of time-lapse, that's why I always refer to it as a looking glass into another dimension, a different temporal perspective, a different time dimension. It just reveals, bless myself, I want to see at least 5 bless yous in the chat. It just reveals the world and its behavior in a new way. And there's a little sideways moving shelf cloud almost here on the right. Freaking cool. Love a little lapse. Perfect moment. Happy to get the live reaction. So was I. I mean, maybe I wish it didn't happen. No, I wish it did happen. It's made us more bonded. You, the viewer, and I, the nudist. Thank you. That's 2 bless yous. 3 by Larry. Hopefully you can travel soon, but when you do, where do you want to go? First things first, I want to go see my family. I haven't seen my parents, my siblings in, I don't even know how long. Way too long. I'm actually like, obviously it's getting to me mentally. We live so close to each other because I used to live in Australia and it was at least a 30-hour trip to see my family, like in a case of emergency. Now I can get on a train door to door 5 hours, but I can't. So the first thing I want to do is go and see my family, as I would feel a lot of people would do. Besides that, I don't know, maybe Iceland, maybe go check out the volcano, but also that's expensive and I've made fuck all money this year. So if you want to join the channel, click the join button or buy my ebooks. Yeah, I haven't been making a lot of money this year, but that's fine. That's how the world works. That's how it all goes. But yeah, if I had to choose somewhere to go, probably Iceland, just to go check out that volcano. I've never been to Iceland. I love volcanoes and it's pretty close by. Whenever we move back to Australia, or if we ever move back to Australia, Iceland's like so far removed, but it's very close by now. So, you know, that's where I'd want to go. I really messed up the horizon, the leveling on this shot. Like, this is wonky as hell. It's not what I usually do. I also think that's my 6th sense, is being able to spot an off-level horizon. Pretty interesting cloud. Both ways, low, mid, bit of high cloud in the distance. Not too visible. There's a lens flare here, which isn't moving. So I'm taking... Yeah, I reckon that's coming from the bottom of this building here. But it's pointing in the same way as where the sun was. Is this moving or not? Is it from the moon? No, I don't think so. It's dimmed now. What's happened? Why is this footage so dark all of a sudden? Because of the clouds? I don't know. Many questions. Questions to be had. Gesundheit, Bendith. There we go, Blissy from Scotty P. Phew. I'm gonna finish this beer. How many GoPro shots do we have left? Because I want to do the giveaway. Oh, a couple more. No, I don't know. Hold on. We'll do the giveaway. What's the time? 5:30. Yeah, original plan was 5:30 p.m. giveaway. So if you're here now, you're lucky. We're about to do a giveaway, and you know how these goes. They go hectic, but I'll go pee first in a sec. I just want to finish this clip, then I'll put y'all on the BRB for a couple of loops, and then we'll get back into it. Really interesting how this footage goes so much darker all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. I'm not just imagining that, right? It just went brighter again. Yeah, here we go. It's counterintuitive though, because more clouds means more reflection of light, means brighter. You would expect it to go underexposed, but it's doing the opposite. Now it's doing it again. Wonder if something's... Yeah, I don't know. No idea why that's happening. These lights from this building, maybe? I doubt it. They're not big enough. Strange. When I was talking to that guy on Reddit, it was like, yeah, I live in another tower close by. So he lives in this tower just behind the cloud here. I was like, oh yeah, I think I might have 1 or 2 shots of your building in it. And then I realized, I thought he was out of my field of vision. I thought he was like here, pointing his heart. I thought he was just out of frame, but he's in all of my shots looking at Canary Wharf, pretty much. So I've got like endless amounts of clips and photos of his flat, which is pretty fun. What stage of the moon cycle was this? I want to say like around half moon-ish. I don't know. Can someone help me? There's a waxing and a waning moon, but I don't know how to tell them apart. I need what we would call in Belgium an ezelsbruggetje, which if you translate it is a little donkey bridge, which doesn't make any sense at all. But it means it's like what do you call it? A mnemonic device. It's like a trick in your brain that you use to remember certain things, using a saying or an item or something as a little help to remember something. I just cannot figure out waxing or waning, how to remember that properly. Does that make sense? Anyways, that was that clip. We finished that one. Let's mark that as the next one, as the green one to begin with. It's giveaway time, but first I need another beer and I need to pee. I'll let you guys have a look at the beautiful loop that I need to update soon because we've been using that from the first stream. So yeah, that needs a freshener. Waxing is growing, waning is getting less. Waxing is bigger than half. So they're 2 different things. But okay, so a waxing moon means that it's growing. In my mind, my ezelsbruggetje, my little donkey bridge, do you have the same in German? Oh, the same in German. No idea what it is in English. Yeah, I don't know what it's called as well. It's funny that it's the same in English. So waning is things getting smaller. Yeah, maybe. But like, I don't know waning besides that. As an Australian, new Australian, waxing a surfboard, you add wax to the surfboard. So waxing is growing. That makes sense now. That's what we call a donkey bridge. Does that make sense? How do you say that in your language? Do you have that concept as a word? Like the English don't have a word, and I've got my fellow Dutch-speaking people in here. The English don't have a word for verslikt. Probably have one in German. I take a sip and it goes down the wrong hole. We have one word for that, verslikt. Ik verslik mezelf. Doesn't exist in English as far as I'm concerned. Verslikt. Anyways, BRB. Hello. International beer tasting time. We've gone from Belgium, Stella Artois, to Pacifico, which might be Mexican or something like that, something Latin-ish. Now we're on Asahi, which I think is Japanese. Yeah, Japanese. Not sure why I bought it. I'm not the biggest fan of Asahi, but I liked an assortment of bottles, which, looks visually pleasing on stream and this and that. So, verschlucken in German, almost the same as Dutch. Jasper says, just checked with my American wife and no, there is no word for Eselsbrücke. That's annoying. Maybe use waxing is maxing when the moon is approaching its max. See? That's great. I love that. We're crowdsourcing solutions to brain problems. Giveaway time, y'all. Can you guess who's the sponsor of this giveaway? Not the whole stream. Maybe one day they'll be a sponsor of the whole stream. But yeah, they decided to do a giveaway. I was like, I do giveaways. Would you want to get on board? I'm like, yeah, of course. Sounds great. If you need a hint, you can see it behind me. I'll wait. I'll announce that we'll do the giveaway once someone guesses the brand that is sponsoring the giveaway. No, I can't wait. Today's giveaway sponsor, the first time we've ever been sponsored. I say we, it's me, but it's also you. The first time we've been sponsored, it's SolarCan. So remember this video? I hope you do. It's the last thing I made on YouTube. This is a solar graph. This is the file that I edited and printed. So this is an image, 4.5 exposure of our view. I don't think we've talked about this. Yeah, Can Camera. Curious Harsh, you got it. You can't win the giveaway again. You won last time. Anyways, this is... Let's have a look. This is why I printed it so I could show it on camera. This is that building. Whoa, this is tricky. That's the building in front of us. It's quite a panoramic view. Here we have the Shard. That's the cluster, City of London. That's Shoreditch. That's some other stuff. This is... Hold on, let me go whoop and now up. This is the sun almost at its lowest in the year. And 4 months later, the sun moves wider. Oh, other way. The sun moves wider and higher. God, this is so tricky doing it in mirrored view. This process is called solargraphy or solarography or whatever you want to call it. You use photographic paper to do an extreme long exposure of the sun. This is a 10,520,000-ish second exposure on one piece of paper. Not this piece of paper. This is a normal piece of paper that I printed. The actual product is called the SolarCan, which I assume you're familiar with by now. It's a small family-owned business based in Scotland, I'm pretty sure. And they call it an experiment, a physics experiment, whatever you want to call it. It's an extreme long exposure camera. This can is loaded with film paper inside, has a little pinhole here at the front. I mean, you've watched my videos, right? You guys watch my videos. And they are super easy to use. It's very hard to mess this up. And we're doing a giveaway. So SolarCan, when I spoke to the guy behind it, I was like, would you want to, do a giveaway? I think if initially wasn't too sure, but then he was like, yeah, I'm down. He more as a way to thank me for getting on board, because I made 2 TikToks, and those TikToks have gotten like 360,000 views, or maybe close to 400,000 views in total. So the amount of eyes that I've put on their brand as a small startup company that's a couple of years old, a family-owned operation. It's very artisanal. It's people making these things. I'm in love with the whole story. I'm not asking for money from this brand for this promotion. I want to give back in a way. So, and they also wanted to give back in a way. So they've decided to sponsor a giveaway. So let's give away 1 can today, 1 SolarCan. And you know the drill. Mark Javilladar, my guy, haven't seen you in ages. It would be perfect there. Mark's from the Philippines, old buddy of mine. We met in Sydney years ago. And yeah, Mark, you should install one. So hopefully you guess the right number. So the way this works, and we're not starting yet. Don't start guessing. I will tell you when we're going to start guessing. There's quite a few people watching. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 40 people right now. So we're not starting yet. We are going to guess a number. Let me get my big fat red pen. Going to guess a number from 0 to 200, including 0 and 200, but nothing more. The first person who guesses the correct number gets sent a SolarCan. have some decency. Don't spam like crazy, but guess one number per time, and then guess another one. But don't be like, da-da, da-da, da-da. This is a friendly thing. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want this to go bad. I need to come up with a better system, and I said out last time that I would figure it out for next time, but I still haven't done that. So I now need to come up with a number that is not like 69 or something else stupid that people always guess. Bye, where are you going? Oh, bye. Amelia's leaving. Sadness. She'll be back, hopefully. I'm going to write down a number, but give me a minute, because it's always tricky. But yeah, between 0 and 200, I'll find something. Ooh, my monitor is powering off. So everybody gets it, right? There's a lot of people here that have already taken part of giveaways. Okay. Writing down, and I'll move out of frame so you can't deduce how long I'm writing for. That's the ugliest I've ever written, but don't start yet. There is a number. Pad goes here. And now, I really need a moderator. I really need someone to help me with this, because the last time it went off and I almost couldn't follow. I'm going to, if I screw up, I'm sorry, but I'm going to look at the chat as closely as possible. The first person to guess the number wins the solar can. So 3, 2, 1, from 0 to 200, including 0 and 200. Guess the number, one guess per try. You can have multiple tries, but have some common sense. So go. And yes, next time I'll use Google to generate a random number. All right, it's giveaway. I'm going to film this because I always love filming it. Tiebreaker question. All right, it's giveaway time. We're doing the numbers, guessing again. Oh my god, this is going so fast. Whoa, this is much faster than last time. Maybe I should try slow chat next time. Ooh, seen a couple of close ones. Funny, a lot of people... Oh, it's so interesting what people guess. And when it's guessed, I'll just be like, that's it, I'll call the name. But I haven't seen it yet. I will verify this as well after. David Yateman, I said no, not 69. Oh, it's going fast. I picked a good number because you haven't had it yet. You haven't even had one next to it. Whoa, coming in hot. How's that? Two people guessing the same number in a row. Wow, this is going on for a while. I guess we upped it to 200, so, you know. But it hasn't been guessed yet. I must be good at coming up with numbers to guess. Ooh, we're getting... Oh, close, but not yet. Come on, guys. I can't keep my eye off the chat, but I want to grab my beer. Do I have it? Yeah, I've got it. Ooh, a couple of close ones. Now everyone's like, oh, what's the timing? Which bit of the chat was it close with? Because there's such a big delay. Yeah, Mark's got it. Philippines, 193. Dude, that's so funny. No joke. Verify. claps in the chat for Mark Javilonar. This is like a really big delay. How good. All right, big claps. Now I feel almost awkward because I was like, oh, Mark's my friend from the Philippines, blah, blah, blah. But I swear I didn't text him. You can go through my phone. You've seen my privates anyway, so you can go through my phone as well. How good. Exciting. I'm hoping to do, as you know, I say this all the time, but I'm really hoping to Pete, stop. I'm hoping to do many more giveaways. And also I was asked by the Solar Can crew, and I was going to put the link in the chat, hold on, because Solar Can Day is coming up. So if you didn't win it now, that's fine. You can still buy it. They're fairly cheap. They're between, I think they're like 14 or 15 bucks. And honestly, it's just so much fun. I've got a few more. I was going to buy more, but he sent them to me. But Solar Can Day is coming up. And because they're sponsored, even though it's not like, you know, a big sponsorship or anything, but you can actually go and buy them through my affiliate link. It doesn't matter that it's an affiliate link. I make $1 if someone buys it through my link, or like $1.50. But let me just pop it in the chat anyway, because I do want to drive traffic to a small family-owned business. And let me just check if that's the right link. So I'm going to pin this in the chat. So you do me a big favor, and the Solar Can crew as well, if you go through that link. And check it out. If you want to buy one, you support Slowly. I mean, you know, it's the most wholesome thing in the world, right? So I'm putting that in the chat, and I'm pinning this comment. Replace pin message. That's my affiliate link. Just check it out. Just have a look. But yeah, big congrats to Mark. And if you want to buy one, go to that link. Buy one for yourself. Solar Can Day is coming up in a few weeks or a few months or something. So that's pretty fun. Mark, just DM me on Instagram, and I'll get your address, and I'll send it off to the Solar Can crew, and they will send you one. But how good. Another successful giveaway. Very fun. I'm very excited about this. It's freaking stressful though. But yeah, cheers to that. Thanks everyone for joining the giveaway. Now back to the imagery. Governor Bandeputte says, got a Solar Can after seeing your first video a few months back. Really excited to see the results later this summer. You can take it down now already if you want. I mean, depending on how you've angled it and where you are as well, obviously. It's probably already... it's probably already moved quite far out of your shot. So this one was placed vertically, looking at the southeast. I actually thought I pointed it to the shard. And I was told to like start it, so that's when I started it, and then stop it in April. But I let it go for a bit more, and then it moved out of this. So I'm gonna mount a new one at an angle, so I hopefully get clean lines. I don't mind that it's cut off. Sorry, I'm moving in the wrong direction. Don't mind that it's cut off, but I wish I had all the lines just in the frame, just as an idea, something to think about. Yeah, David Yeaman's got a 6-month on as well. Awesome. Pete Jobson's videos behind. You got slow internet? Anyways, another successful giveaway done. Fantastic. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, the Time Warper Weekly, I'll be doing another giveaway on there as well, with the Solar Can crew. So, congrats to Mark. Back to the clouds. Also, let me just check my list, what else I'm doing. Ooh. And we're 2 hours in, fellas. How good. Yeah. Well, let's just finish this GoPro footage, and then we're chilling. Literally have nothing else to talk about. Oh no, we can watch Matthias. I don't know if he's still here. We can watch Matthias' storm chasing video, because we're in the mood for some storms, right? How many millimeters is the can cam? I like that, can cam. So the actual hole, let me have a quick look. It's very small. I think it's less than a millimeter. I'd say maybe half a millimeter or 0.3 or something. It's quite tiny. The focal length, well, it's a panoramic image, because internally, so the hole is here. There's a little bracket at the top that holds the paper in place. So the paper goes all the way around to the other side, and there's this gap, and all that paper is exposed. So as long as some light hits that hole, that pinhole, it will hit the edge of the paper. I've got the paper in here still. Can I show that to you? Let's try it. Let's try it. It's anytime I pull it out, it gets worse. But let's do it. It's on stream. I can try and show it to you. It's all red light in here pretty much anyway, so. But yeah, focal length, I don't know, it'd be like very, very wide. Yeah, it's still good. It hasn't removed. So if you haven't watched my video, the 10 million second exposure one, definitely go watch that. I'm only going to show this for a few seconds. I can't blast it with light because it's photosensitive paper. This is what it looks like straight out of camera. How freaking cool is that? Straight out of camera. I mean, that's what the paper... Oh no, I taped it to the tape. Oh no. Oops, stressful. Pop. Back on it. I'm just protecting it from light. I don't know, like maybe I want to rescan it someday or like... Oh shit, hold on. So yeah, focal length, I don't know. I think the f-stop equivalent is something like 130, so f132 or something. Pretty cool. Anyways, I'm just keeping it in that can. Bop, lights back on. Cool, right? Back to the GoPros. Always so much fun. Very exciting. Green. Much appreciated. Much appreciate all that. Back to the clouds. Have we seen this clip? This is boring. Nothing's happening here. Let's not play that one. Let's find some more underwear shots. Cloud moving, yeah, away from us. Some high altitude cloud. Let's finish the GoPro shots and then we'll watch Mattia's storm chasing video. Oh, and Mike Olbinski's storm clip as well. And that photo I was talking about earlier. And then I'll call it. I'm not going to do another 3-hour stream because last time I'm back, I'm just like standing and it's not a great environment, but I do love it so much. Nice high altitude clouds, cirrus clouds, lower clouds. And yeah, there's great movement here at the bottom again. Horizon's way off. You know, this horizon is not on a straight line or a level line at all. Crazy lens flare from the sun there. Curious Harsh says, hey man, I guess I have to call it early this time. Ooh, side effects of the vaccine kicking in. Well, bless be the vaccines. Rest up. I think there's Pete's also struggling with some vaccine effects. But thanks for joining, much appreciated. And I hope your prize arrives soon. It should. I think I actually don't know. But yeah, Curious won the previous prize, and another Jasper in the chat won again. He won twice in a row, which is crazy with the numbers guessing game. You can't be good at guessing numbers, right? Or maybe you're really in my brain and you know what kind of number I would write. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Let's look at some more clouds. And have a great weekend. Why is this clip so short? They're great clouds. Ooh, my phone's going off. It's time to book my swimming for next week. No, I won't go swimming next week. Swimming on Friday is tricky. That's weird, like that. I don't know why that clip was so short. Sean Wright in the chat. How are you, mate? Hey, it's a storm all weekend too. Am I missing some great content at the window now? Is that what's happening? Should I be shooting? What's this GoPro doing here on my desk? Here we see some nice moisture coming out of the clouds and kind of maybe hitting the lens in a couple seconds. You can kind of see it come down here. Pretty cool. Bit of yeah, there's the rain. Called it. Should be a weatherman. With a person. Well, I'm a man, I guess. I remember this sunset. I was like, oh, these clouds look cool. They might light up nicely. I was looking if my face is in the way, which it always is. But yeah, a little blockage of light, and then you see some rays shooting faintly to the left here. And the sun setting. I think some high altitude clouds around that got lit up as well. This is only a few days ago, so still pretty fresh. I remember now, this big system in the back blocked the light. But it might look cool. We might see some rays coming off that. Or not. I know this is going to light up. This is some very distant, very remote high altitude cloud. I remember seeing that lit up here in the distance as well. You see some high altitudes. some HAs. These rays are, or like lines of cloud, are quite interesting, aren't they? And then a bit of a fizzle. Nothing impressive here. Still nice though. Oh, here's that high altitude I was talking about. Getting a bit of pink color and then desaturating. And the moon's popped in the frame. I was like, what's that? It's the moon, y'all. It is a waxing or waning. Now we need to figure out the sides. Now that I know what a waxing moon is, and that surely is a planet next to it, just here. Waxing, the moon is growing. Waning, the moon is shrinking. But there's still the directions, and it's doubly hard for me because I'm used to the moon in Australia, which is upside down, and now I'm used to the moon here as well, which is the normal way around if you want to look at it from a Eurocentric point of view. How is that? Oh no, we're still chronologically going through the clips. Let me just check the outside real quick, because now I'm stressed, thanks to Sean mentioning that there's going to be storms all weekend. Now I'm stressed that I'm missing some good stuff, and maybe I'll go set up the GoPro. No, oh no, what a surprise. It looks like absolute ass out there, just grey muck, no texture in the clouds, no structures, no system at all, just grey shit. But good to know, right? At least we know. So I set this up before going to bed, because I was like, let's get another sunrise. But it has to shoot all through the night because I didn't do a scheduled capture, which you can do. Now also on the Session 5 camera, if you listen or if you read my newsletter, you would know that. Oh. Let's go back here. There's a little bit of a heli flying around. That happens every now and then. Just a heli touring. What's going on here? Henry, you seem to know a lot about helis in London. Are they just like... What's going on? What was that all about? Just circling around Canary Wharf? Is that a photo shoot? An early morning, midnight photo shoot? And then was that the same heli flying away? That's not a plane flight path that I know of. So strange. Also, this little toilet light, I assume it's a toilet light, middle of the night, getting on, or a bathroom or whatever. And very faintly, we see a bit of sunrise. This was shot on, this was yesterday night. So yesterday early morning. I started shooting this at 4 a.m. or 3:54 a.m. the shot started, yeah. Bit of sunrise, and maybe a good one. Let me move my facade. Oh, I'm on the wrong, clicking on the wrong screen. Oh no. Oh shit. I've moved. OBS is tricky to move things around. Below me here, behind, that's some high altitude cloud. Might get lit up. It's moving in the wrong direction now. Unless there's more where that came from, but that should get some color from the rising sun. That looks like high altitude cloud. Give us the color. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. And a bit more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. Color time. Sunrise. Beautiful. Still no color on it. There we go. Maybe now then. It's deceiving. Deceitful? Deceptive? Now there's color hitting it. There we go. And you can see a faint like glow here as well. So there's more high altitude cloud there that I didn't even spot earlier. Couple of birds. Oh, that was the end of the clip. Like, that's not moving, is it? Waxing gibbous 60%. Good to know. Now how to figure out the whole gibbous thing. Bit of high altitude here, getting lit up. And some nice color on the side here. Wow, I totally missed that. I was so distracted looking to the left. Look at the color on the right. The one time I shoot a sunrise, I should have shot the other way. This would have been looking fantastic over the city. The whole high altitude cloud game. Pink as frick. Nice, nice. Some lines here in the sky. And some planes. Gibbous is bigger than 50%. Okay, how are we going to remember that? And what's the other name? Boring, boring, boring. Bit of structure here, bit of texture in the cloud. Moving pretty slowly. This is all now shot on a 4-second interval, by the way. But not much. Like, look, if this was around when the sun was rising here through this gap, we would have had a freaking banger of a sunrise. But it wasn't the case. All the crane workers are back on the site, so you can see the cranes moving. Pretty fun. I mean, I wish I had my clear view still, but there's only so much you can ask for. Oh, there's the sun, top left, behind my face. Let's change that again. Oh my god, no, what am I doing? Dragging the wrong freaking... It's video capture, not display capture. I should really stop messing around. I'll just delete my face next time, just deactivate that. I'll set up a button. I haven't shown this in a while, but this is my control panel that I use to control the stream. It's called Touch Portal. Couple bucks, but you can modify it completely. You can add labels and emojis and titles and scene switching and yeah, it's very cool. And I should just program more buttons as opposed to doing it live in OBS. Some good clouds all of a sudden coming in, not bad. So this would have been yesterday, close to midday-ish. New moon, crescent, first quarter, gibbous, full moon, last quarter, crescent, new moon. Okay. Good to know. I knew most of those, but I didn't know gibbous. I thought there was something else like gibbous. So it's, I guess... Oh yeah, with the quarters. Okay, that makes sense. Can you fly your drone in London? Not in a lot of places. Henry would know. I haven't flown my drone here at all because I know it's a tricky spot, and I'd rather not be a hypocrite because I always hate it when people fly the drone. So many Instagrammers and like travel influencers just like not caring at all about regulations, and I'm like, you're making it so much worse because you're influencing all these other people to fly their drones illegally, which then affects the regulations for people that actually do follow the rules negatively, and that's just freaking annoying. So yeah, I just haven't flown my drone. Last time I flew my drone was in Italy, I think, in August, a while ago. Depends where in London, some restrictions, yeah. I know there's some areas, some parks, or patches of green, whatever, but yeah, like none of the interesting sites I think you can drone around, obviously. Just, this is like, if someone were to ask me, like, what's a grey London day like? I would be like this. This is a grey London day. Just like, you know, nice movement, nothing too interesting. A lot of clouds, high cloud, mid cloud, low cloud. Which is not an official rating or whatever system, by the way. It's just what I use to describe clouds and how they behave in time-lapse because it's easiest to explain it to people. But yeah, no Pixar clouds, no billowy boys, nothing, no shelf clouds, no interesting systems, just grey. And even now it's looking worse. Now it's just a faded grey out there. So I say we'll finish this clip, see what happens. I don't think much else is going to happen. And then let's have a look. I mean, yeah, maybe in the high altitude there's some cool texture there. Let's have a look at Mattia's video. Now, the thing with showing other people's videos on YouTube is I can't loop the audio from YouTube. I tried to do this before I went live today, but I ran out of time because the audio output that I get from my speakers gets picked up from this microphone, which gets looped into OBS, which you guys are listening to, which is not the right way to do it. I should be able to capture that audio and send it straight to OBS, but I haven't figured that out yet, but we'll get there eventually. Stream's always evolving, right? Anyways, I want to show Mattia Bicchi's storm vid. Mattia is Italian, used to live in London, is now in Madrid, and recently has made a... Oh, he's got another one. Has made a storm chasing video. Which one is it? Wait, has he made a... Oh, is it a vlog? I don't want to watch a vlog because that's not the best. Oh, okay, then I don't think there's a finished time-lapse video of it yet. Or is there a sequence in here? I'm not going to watch a 13-minute vlog. As much as I like Mattia, I don't think that's a good thing to do on stream. Okay, so not that then. We'll have a look at Mike Olbinski. Mattia, if you're watching this, hey, Tom Carroll in the hizzy. OBS audio output should work. Yeah, I tried that. I couldn't figure it. There was a grayed out thing on the drop-down menu, which is not ideal. We'll figure it out for next time. That's a nice thing. Streams always evolve. So Michael Binsky, if you don't know Mike, he is a wedding photographer and a storm chaser. Two very fun things. But I am mostly interested in the last cloud that he shot, or the last storm that he shot. This seems like a vlog as well, which I am not going to show the whole thing. I just want to show the sequence. Is this time-lapse? There's one sequence that he shared on Instagram, I think. And so they go and chase this kind of stuff. Like, look at that. That's mothership. That's mothership stuff. That's Mike. I actually have an exclusive interview with him that I had never published. It took him so long to reply to my questions that my momentum for this interview series, the first one was with Martin Heck from Timestorm Films. The second one was Michael Levinsky. But then I lost momentum with it, and he took a while to reply to me, which I'm the same, it's fine. But now I'm sitting on this really great interview with him that I never actually published. But we'll get there eventually. We'll get it published. I mean, this is a great vlog. And just look at that. Just, that is enormous. That is just wild. Now, I don't know if he's got any time lapses. I assume he'll make a video just about this storm that they were chasing like all day long. And look at that. There's like a little tornado coming out. I mean, I say little. I mean, that's freaking massive. Sheesh. Sheesh. Just great. Just dream stuff. Like one day I'll head over there and I'll be vlogging the crap out of it. And I'll show you all the storms and the scenes and the people and the do's and the don'ts. So great. He posted something on his Instagram, and that's how I saw his finished result. So let's go and find that, and then we'll I might call it. I'm losing my voice. I recorded 5 videos today for my course, for my upcoming a bunch of upcoming things that I've been working on for months, but I'm literally just losing my voice. Anyways, this look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just insane? There is so much going on here. Just ridiculous. This is all the same storm, I'm pretty sure. A supercell with a tornado underneath. What did he say? Time-lapse utopia on the verge of tears, hugging and celebrating. That's what I would be as well. Brett Wright, I know that name as well. Sarah, let's go check out their stuff. Oh my god. You kidding? And Jordan Cantello here is a Western Australian storm chaser. One of my faves. But wow, look at that. I'm gonna follow this lad. Quick look at Jordan Cantello. This is some of Jordan's work. Can you believe it? All Aussie, WA. Only 52,000 followers. And he has a gallery that you're like, are you kidding me? Stunning Australian scenes. Sarah, I don't know many female storm chasers, so gets a follow as well. Freaking fantastic. Next week, hopefully there's some more renders and some more finished videos from this storm specifically out there. So I can showcase it more, and it'll be fun one day to where am I to interview, to get some of these guys live on camera, like we do a live stream and like chat live interview. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What a fun little Friday afternoon. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Ooh, there's a lot happening here. It's grey in Britain. That's Britain, I guess. Tom Carroll in the hizzy. Tom, we were chatting about you earlier. I was talking about Oh yeah, that you have my Insta360 still, and if you're not using it, I might want it back to try out some 360 hyperlapses, but I'll chat to you about that at some other point. Jennifer Klinger, hello Jennifer, how are you? Greetings from Austria. I don't think we had too many Austrians in the chat. Yeah, the OBS setup, we'll figure that out next time. Yeah, I'll go to the US next time, do a storm trip. The hand of God. And that's it. One more little tease at the end here. See my mushed up hair. Little sneak peek at the latest merch. This is sample 1. I'm waiting on the new sample. Got a slightly different font, slightly different print. You'll get first access. I might release this as a limited edition merch line because I'm so in love with it. Again, bucket hats are the best hats by far. As per usual, everybody drop their Instagram handle in the chat so we grow this little community and strengthen the bonds and make it something unstoppable. And just so you can connect and get to know, new people. Maybe you're in the same country, maybe you're in the same city. I'm hearing myself double from this bucket hat with the microphone and everything. So I'm going like that. What a great little hat. It's like a cowboy hat, mini cowboy hat. I've had such a fun day. Thank you so much. What are we at? 2 hours and a bit. This is the shortest stream in ages. But yeah, I'm losing my voice. I can't keep standing up like this. I have to sit down at some point. So yeah, Instagrams. I'll drop my Instagram. I'm Matt Joes. I also wish we had that kind of dynamic weather here. And yeah, Michael Binsky, I've been following him for ages. There was an era online on Facebook mostly where time-lapse photography was kind of booming, and you can see this in Google Trends as well. Let me just pull that up real quick because I find it such an interesting phenomenon. Where if you would Google time-lapse, there's a spike, and in that spike is when a lot of people, including yours truly, got in the game. I think past, let's see, 2004 to present. Around this period. Oh no, this is UK. We're looking global, baby. Let's go. Oh, I haven't changed the camera yet. Worldwide, web search, time-lapse. I mean, that's pretty clear how that was a rising trend, right? So I started time-lapsing. I've always been time-lapsing kind of, but legitimately looking at it as a concept and applying that to photography around 2010, 2011, right around when shit was like going off. We're past the peak now, but then every now and then it pops up again, as you can see here. By the way, Google Trends is an amazing tool. But yeah, look right around the start here, 2010, 11, this era holds so many amazing time-lapse photographers that all started in that time frame, and then everybody was just releasing like video after video, and Michael Binsky was part of that, Michael Shaneblum, Toby Harriman, Sean Parker, myself, Mattia Bicky, Chad Higgins from the UK. So many people started around the same time, all because of some videos went viral online, and you can see that growth over, what is it, 5-6 years, and then it peaked, and then it's going down, and now it goes up again. So I wonder what's happened in the last little, when did that peak? April 2021. Huh? Oh, I know why. Because Google released their Earth time-lapse feature. That's surely why there's that massive spike again, which just shows people are still interested in time-lapse. Little history on time-lapse. Some of that is actually covered in my ebook, The Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide, or at least like how I came through that. And eventually in Passive Income for Creatives, my other book, I talk about that as well. And yeah, it's cool. It's a really lovely environment of people with similar passions and hobbies. And that's why I'm like, drop your ats in the chat. Everybody get to know each other. So, very cool. Very fun. How do you get the trends? Trends.google.com. I'll link it in the chat right now because I still have it open. Boom. And then you can search. So this is good to compare stuff for like search engine optimization if you're looking for concepts to make videos about, which search was searched for a lot, and then you make something about that, because you can see like there's a trend, like something's peaking now. If you make content about that, you're likely to rank higher in the algorithms, and you get more views on your website or your content, like videos or whatever. Very, very cool free tool. Let's just search hyperlapse real quick, because when I started hyperlapse, that wasn't a word, that didn't exist yet, as noted by these spikes. Let me go back here. So, okay, I'm not saying I came up with the word hyperlapse, but I was part of the forum thread, and Mattia was there as well, where the question was asked, what are we going to call this new technique? Which wasn't started by us. It was started in the late 80s or 90s by a French guy called Mark whatever. He's got pretty much the first hyperlapse video out there. He shot it on an 8mm Bolex. I actually do talk about this in the Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide. It got remastered in the 90s, if I have my dates right. But it wasn't hyperlapse then. Hyperlapse, the word, was solidified in the wider global time-lapse community when the question was asked on a forum called Timescapes, which still exists, I'm pretty sure. Timescapes, started by Tom Lowe. This is where I started my time-lapse stuff. There is a thread in here, and I've tried to find it, but I haven't been able to find it, where I say, someone else had said hyperlapse, and I said, I like hyperlapse, I'm going with that. Same with a couple other people that said hyperlapse sounds good instead of walk lapse or like motion lapse or all this other stuff. And this is where hyperlapse as a word was solidified in the community on that forum. And then look at the timing. Hyperlapse, when I started experimenting, I went viral in 2013, in September when I moved to Australia, September, October. So this is April 2013 when it got its first couple of big viral videos. And then afterwards, hyperlapse went way bigger. I think maybe this is when Instagram released the hyperlapse app. Can I zoom in on this? No. Couple of spikes, and then it's been pretty steady cruising ever since. But let's see, past 5 years. Let's look at hyperlapse. Like, that's fair. Like, that's a bearish trend. Slightly going downwards, but interesting that there's still so much interest on that. And then you can compare terms as well. Time-lapse and hyperlapse. And so this is great for SEO stuff, obviously. So time-lapse is much more searched over hyperlapse because that's a niche within a niche within a niche. But yeah, cool tool. Shows you global trends. That's why it's called trends, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of a little backstory. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I've been involved in a lot of this, and it's cool to see how a lot of those people are still making fantastic films. We can talk about Michael Schaenblum next time, who released a New Zealand video, I think, from a while back, re-released it or remastered some of his footage. And I saw that pop up, but I haven't actually watched it yet. But I hear good things. Anyways, that's me, y'all. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you so much to the members, the channel members, and the patrons for making these streams possible, for everyone that engages, even if you don't engage, even if you just watch my stuff, even if you're just here, you have me on in the back. I appreciate you so much. I wish you nothing but the best. Have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully your skies are filled with fluffy clouds. Pixar clouds. Can't call them that for trademark reasons. But you know what? I do like clouds. And this hat is coming soon. Hopefully within a month, we'll be launching this as a new merch line, possibly a limited edition, limited release. So once again, thank you so much. Love you all. And I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, and on Tuesday, I'm releasing London Storm. You better share it. It's going to be great. Thank you so much once again. I'll put you on the end screen. Everybody can drop their ats and stuff. And have a great weekend, y'all. Bye.